this is starting lineup number 50. 15 points against the Wizards on.
And others that shoot a lot of threes, so you've got to make sure that you're contesting threes. They rebound well, and they also make their free throws. They are 10th in the league in free throw percentage.
And that
the defender, the big guy, has to step forward and stop that, and that's what sets up the lob. Dem all by himself underneath.
Here's one of the star rookies for the Miami Heat. Well, there's Pelle Larsson, who we mentioned, getting his third start of the season because no Andrew Wiggins, who came over in the trade for Jimmy Butler. Justin Edwards, one of our rookies, pulling up from beyond the arc, leaves it off. And Kel'el Ware, number 7 in the black, has formed a nice front court combo with Bam Adebayo. Edwards kicking out to Butler. Jared Butler sets his feet, fires where he left off on Wednesday, Alan.
Well, and Edwards showing you his versatility, the ability to defend others, that time in a help side position, jarring that ball loose from Tyler Hero, and then he's off and running with the great assist to Jared.
The 100th made three in the young career of our Jared Butler. And there's Ware. Highlight reel finishes of the week in that blowout win over the Golden State Warriors. And kind of like our Justin Edwards and Adem Bona. Sometimes see rookies hit a wall, but he has done the exact opposite, getting better and they're getting better and better. Back-to-back three.
To Ware, he's too big and athletic for you to not put a body on him. That time, nobody in a Sixer uniform tried to block out Ware.
Larsson over to Adebayo. His numbers have been even better since the All-Star break, and before the All-Star break, Bam was having a good season. Larsson catch and shoot.
Really always driving to get to the basket, but they're driving to condense, have your defense collapse.
And Butler was looking for Bona deliver the goods, as it were. Sixers with an 8-5 lead. Again, this is the third of 4 meetings between the Heat. We'll go down to Miami late next week. Butler off the mark on that little finger roll attempt. Here's Tyler Hero again, had 36 in the Heat's win over the Hawks on Wednesday. Had 30 when we saw these guys in early February here in South Philly. Larsson picks up the floorboard. Hero steps into
possession and they get 3.
Edwards passed. Burks couldn't finish though. Here's Ware, the rookie out of Indiana. 7 feet, 240 pounds, just 20 years old. And here's the veteran leader, Bam Adebayo, just 27 actually. His 12.10 rebounds. Double cycling, so now he is alone atop the double-double leader for the Miami Heat.
Well, Ronnie, on that initial Miami Heat edition, way back in the 90s, of course, the product out of Syracuse. Now I hear he's like an international DJ.
Yeah, he is.
Which piques my interest.
Miami was saying that Ronnie Cycli was actually on the broadcast with them the night that Bam finally moved past him, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Just 27 years old. Feels like Bam's been in the league for 15 seasons now. Larsson. 44 overall. Second round for a single franchise, counting as head coach of the Miami Heat.
An example of stability in an otherwise unstable world. You hear Taylor Jenkins from Memphis getting fired today. I just want someone
to be interested in Taylor Jenkins this offseason. There's Alec Burks.
Another loose ball. You've got to come up with those.
Try to get it down to Bam. Really difficult. 8 minutes to go in this first quarter. Hero squares the shoulders.
You leave to go double. You can't be Hero. You have to stay with him.
Yamisele. Edwards from the wing.
Knocking down threes. Not that he doesn't look comfortable and adept from the right wing, but that left wing, there's just something about that lefty slingshot release of his too. So pretty to look at.
18 plus in 6 straight games for the rookie Justin Edwards now. Burks catch and shoot, line drive.
For multiple organizations throughout his career.
18 games played for the Sixers back in the 2019-20 season for Burks. Here's Jared Butler. Wow! A good start tonight for
go now.
Well, that
makes
a lot of makes. Butler misses both of his free throws. Here's Pelle Larsson. A couple of Knicks teammates there, top of the key. Grimes and Burks were teammates together during the 2021-22 season. Tyler Hero too strong on that 3. A rare miss from outside. Burks. Another line, three-pointer.
Rounds after long shots, Ricky Council this time got pushed too far underneath, and that long rebound went over his head to the opponent.
Good back cut from Grimes and a nice.
Tried to hitting play on that left side of the floor.
All 5 starters have scored already tonight for Miami. They've got this 2016 lead. Ooh, sure looked like it, didn't it? And lays it up and in. Right there with you. Our officials tonight, Ben Taylor, JT Orr, and Matt Myers. Quentin Grimes, catch and shoot. 3s, the Sixers as a 4-point play, but he did hit the 5th 3 for the Sixers. They're 5 of 6. The Heat are a dismal 5 for 7. Yeah.
A dismal.
Underwhelming.
Both teams are 7 of 11 from the field for 64%.
Okay, is it good shooting or bad defense or a combination of both?
No, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of both. Shots are definitely falling. The basket looks big for some of these guys out here.
Adebayo can't connect on the elbow J. Here's Grimes. Lost it, got it back, lost it again. Larson diving on the floor. Mitchell to Burks.
The Heat don't even have to run an offense if you're going to play into their hands with turnovers.
Already 8 for Burks tonight. Again, 3rd straight start in place of the injured Duncan Robinson. He's missed the last couple because of a back injury. Grimes from the other side of the...
Dumping it down to Yabusele, who was flashing across and trying to post up. Instead, just pulled the trigger himself and knocked it down with the defender right on his face, in his face.
He's got the last 8 for your Sixers, Ala. He's got 11 leading all scorers. Here's Mitchell. Came over in a trade with the Toronto Raptors. Haywood Highsmith doesn't get an off. Now, and good to see Jalen Hood-Schifino back in the fold. Was ill on Wednesday, did not play against the Wizards, but in here. Well, the RAV 4 minutes to play is brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your 2025 RAV4 Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places. Grimes, high arcing mid-range, off the heel. And the rebound gobbled up by the Heat. 2-point Miami lead. Mitchell. And here's Mitchell. Double figures the last 6 for Miami. He's found a nice rhythm and comfort with his new squad. Adebayo launching. And now is Miami in this first quarter from beyond the arc.
Spotting up, open, nice drive and kick. And he's right now feeling pretty good about his jumper, is Adebayo.
Highsmith the steal. Mitchell turns it right back over. Edwards kicking out. Ricky Council, the high arcing tray. No, great rebound by Grimes. Then brought it down, lost it. And lines, updated spread, money line, and over
Gotta
under.
get it in, gotta get it in.
And Hood-Schifino turns it over to Highsmith. Numbers here for the Heat. Davion Mitchell, yeah, he is one of the NBA and shows it off there.
And that's a spirit killer right there if you're the Sixers, because you just spent a timeout drawing up a play and you come out here and you execute like that. That kills your spirit.
Hood-Schifino, Bona, Council, Grimes, Edwards, 5 Sixers out there.
Good look.
Passing, yeah, good pass.
Just passed it right by him. By the time he saw it and reacted, it was too late. Adem was on his way to the cup.
6-point Miami lead. Miami has won 3 in a row. Sixers have dropped their last 6. Great two-handed block by Adem Bona.
So quick off the floor. It's got a great nose.
Ricky Council drawing that he almost roofed that one.
Yeah, he did.
As you would say in volleyball when it comes right back down on the player who was spiking it towards you. Ricky Council from way outside. And Kel'el Ware battling with Bona underneath, winning the battle that time.
Too open. How do you leave him too open?
Yep. Tyler Hero with space. Sixers lucky that one didn't go in.
It's not enough to just run back to the lane. You have to run cross half court and then find your man. You got to be talking to your teammates and locating men so you know who you got.
Lonnie Walker the 4th into the game. Quentin Grimes, another good drive and kick, and even better hands from Kyle Anderson to take it away.
Ware came over on that Grimes drive and gave him something to think about.
Highsmith, no, Council the clear.
Quentin was going to drive and finish that, but then Ware came over and made him think otherwise.
Ricky, the Sixers. And Ricky completes a 3-point.
I used to be on teams that would have be in the bonus. We would just drive the basketball. Just go at defenders. See whether or not they can move their feet. Most of them are going to foul you. Then you shoot free throws.
Another good defensive play by Adem Bona. And here comes Ricky. Council, coast to coast. Both teams 6 of 11 from 3. There's 6 made free throws for the Miami Heat, just one for the Sixers. And
they left him out of position, so he just had to hold.
So second personal on Justin Edwards. Quentin Grimes picked up 2 in the first quarter, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. No Miami Heat member has more than 1 personal foul. Mitchell, good
nice
crossover, really.
He gets you on his hip as a defender. Play the strong guys keep you right there as a defender. I played with a guy by the name of Terry Porter who did that a lot. Wasn't the super quickest guy, but he'd be able to keep defenders where he wanted them to through his strength.
This guy's got quick defense and laid it up and in.
There's some holes there in that Miami defense. If you can just take the initiative, attack quickly. I'm not quite sure about their rotations tonight. They haven't been great.
Defense, deep. Well, there's a big hole in the Sixers' defense.
Yeah, and it can't be him in particular, right? How do you leave him that wide open, free to roam and operate? Just can't happen.
Lonnie Walker, Guerschon Yabusele, Hood Schifino, Edwards, and Council, the 5 Sixers out there at the moment.
Some zone from the Heat, 2-3 variety.
Trying to sneak it around to Yabusele. That was a difficult angle, and it's another turnover.
Well, against the zone, guys are covering in an area, not necessarily a man. So when you're trying to thread a pass between several zones, you got to be aware of the defenders that are along the way.
5th Sixers turnover. Tyler Hero has a dozen. Mitchell from the wing. Ware, the big offensive rebound, and then a great
Heat players right now, and Ware has got an advantage over everybody out on the floor. You can't out-jump Ware. Put a body on him.
Lonnie Walker, the 4th.
Highsmith trying to get out there to Lonnie in time, unable to do so.
And Hero gets tied up. And Tyler Hero goes 10 minutes. The latest Sixer now with 2 personal fouls. Some full court pressure from the Heat. Sixers gotta get it across. Council. Other Sixers, Alex Reese, a scratch because of the 2-way contract as well. He's had to sit out 4 of the last 5 for the Sixers. Again, 8 games to go in the regular season after this one. Ricky
Tough shot.
hanging. Rebound. Yabu, no. Taken away by Highsmith.
Anderson with decent defense on Ricky there, not fouling. There's Kyle with the ball.
And there's Highsmith. Little dunker spot on the baseline. Anderson short on the floater. Ware picks it up.
I don't know what kind of attempt that was. It wasn't a good one.
Lonnie Walker lines up another 3. This one off front iron. Down to Anderson it goes.
Ware changing ends quickly. Look at this.
Anderson snuck through the Sixers defense and then smoked the layup. Numbers for the Sixers. Council into Mitchell. The challenge, as all expected, was overturned. So it was ruled a blocking foul on Davion Mitchell. So that was a 3-point opportunity completed by our Ricky Council IV.
With all due respect, I don't know how it was ever called a charge. That was not even close.
Some are close. That was not. Anderson with some space. Another block by Adem Bona.
Kyle having no luck on his way to the basket. 3 tries coming up empty each time.
The Latinos, Hispanics here, we weren't born in the U.S. So having a heritage night, being here, talking our language, as like in court, and
Council, the finger.
Going with the left hand full speed, being able to locate the rim and then just
Start tonight for Adem.
Larson running into the roadblock that is Adem Bona.
Wants it back now on this end. Wants to pay it off once more.
3-2 zone from the Heat. Little matchup variety.
Butler, pick and roll. Nick Nurse mentions how good he is at that before the game. Might have tried to force that one a little bit.
Mitchell with the active hands, anticipating that pass, got in between.
Catch and shoot from the... Grimes with 11. Butler, good look. Bagley.
Basketball. Bagley just cut and no response from the defender.
5th assist already tonight for the Butler. Hero.
Let him turn that corner bag. He's got a soft touch too, even on the run.
Hero now trying to slow down Quentin Grimes. Lonnie Walker, the crossover. Long rebound to Mitchell. Hero lost it, picked up by Butler. Lonnie Walker lays it up. And Walker started that fast break for the Sixers, initially knocking it away. And Adebayo, Nick Nurse said about Jared Butler before the game, and how good he is at finding his teammates. The RAV 4 minutes to play, brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your 2025 RAV4 Toyota today. Toyota.
There's no way around being a communicator as a floor general. You have to be a guy who thinks of others first.
Great defense by Yabu, tying up Adebayo.
So it makes the point guard position so unique.
And then a bam. 5 Sixers out there at the moment. And it comes to Quinton. Blowing past Larson and block. Make sure Grimes and Larson are okay. This has been a fun battle so far. A couple of physical front court players, Yamu and Bam. Adebayo around and out.
Good defense from Gershon, forcing that tough shot.
Butler splitting the defense. And second team foul on the Heat in this second quarter as Butler completes a three-point play. A good start for Jared Butler. Grimes, Dembona, Ricky Council. A lot of guys looking good tonight for the Sixers. Adebayo, no. Here's Butler again. Ooh, a little too hot. Jalen Hurts-esque. Sixers within 2. 2:40 to go in our first half. Third of 4 between the Sixers and Heat on the season. One more to go down in South Beach.
Oh my goodness. That high dribble like that.
Highsmith. Well, after everybody was hitting threes in the first quarter, both teams have come back to earth. Just 2 made threes for the Heat in the second, just 1 for the Sixers. Edwards, a little hesitation. Let's see if the Sixers can hit their second here. Yabu doesn't get the roll. Edwards, floorboard. Bagley from the corner. Rebound, Highsmith.
2 minutes.
Heat right now in the play-in in the Eastern Conference. They're in the final play-in spot. A game back of the Bulls. 2.5 back of 8th place Orlando, and 3 back of the Hawks team they beat on Thursday. Mitchell for 3.
He said he went. He doesn't seem fazed by the misses.
Nope. Butler can't get it to go off the heel. Adebayo clears. This is Terry Rozier, who's just checked in for the first time.
And he will shoot it too. Not shy in the least is Mr. Rozier.
Mitchell. Now it's going to be a tough alley-oop. Adebayo couldn't finish it. Butler to Yabu. First 8th 20-point performance of the season. But still looking for his first points tonight. 57-52 Miami. Ware gets a freeze in the NBA the last week plus, and Kel'el Ware falls into that category as well. He's really turned it on since the All-Star break.
Well, and it sounds simple, but he's playing big.
Yep.
He is doing what is expected of him.
Here's another great of 9 from the floor. Great start tonight for Ricky. This is the third of 4 meetings between the Sixers and Heat on the season. Hero and Miami have won something. Starting to figure out, okay, Pelle Larsson getting his third start. We saw a bit of Kel'el Ware, another one of their rookies who has won over Eric Spoelstra and his teammates. So they got a chance to make some noise, but in again in the Eastern Conference and looking to potentially move up because they are very close to the Bulls, the Hawks, and the Orlando Magic. All right, with a little halftime update. Let's see who she talked to tonight. Taryn Hatcher, take it away.
Well, look, I was talking to him about the Sixers pulled within 2 points with a little bit more than 3 minutes remaining in that second quarter. And I said, what do you feel like you were doing that was different? Where did they pull away? And he said, I don't think it's just in those 3 minutes, but in general, the offensive rebounding by the Heat has just been so dumb. Somebody out. He mentioned 10 offensive rebounds for 16 points, 16 second chance points for the Heat. It's just not acceptable any game, any time of the game, anyway. But he also said, he stressed the guys, you have to be able to finish out a quarter. You cannot pull within 2 points and then just stop playing with 3.
And about that, Taryn, as Butler hits the fadeaway. Because as you mentioned, Sixers made it close within 2 points, and then Miami just a finishing kick to that second quarter to create this little cushion at the start of the third. And Larson calling for the travel. Hamstring issue. No Duncan Robinson, has missed the last 3, including this one with a back issue. Obviously, the Sixers down a number of their stars and starters as well. 50th starting lineup of the season for the Sixers. Just one off the record that the Memphis Grizzlies set last year. Shot clock at 3. Edwards stripped by Burks.
Yeah, as he was gathering and elevating, that's when Alec got his hand in there, jarred it loose. Turnover Sixers.
Herro looking to build on those 17 points. Gets a step high. On a second, really impressive finish for Tyler Herro tonight.
Yeah, that's a tough finish, especially with contact on the move. Nothing but net from Herro.
I mean, we showed it way back in the open, Alan, when we were doing the highlight package on Herro. As
jumper, he puts it on the floor.
voted to his first All-Star game in February. He was the 2022 Sixth Man of the Year. Good drop off from Yab.
No look pass. Adem, eyes fixed on Yabusele and his penetration. Saw that pass all the way into his hands.
And Adem, a perfect 5 for 5 on the night. He's got 10. This is Pelle Larsson, Burks, Herro, Ware, Adebayo, the 5 members of the Miami Heat out there right now. Long rebound, tracked down by Larsson. Miami 32 and 41 on the season. Herro again over Adem. This one doesn't go. Bona the rebound. And then Larsson coming to the basketball with the steal. I showed that the other night watching the film as the Heat knocked off the Atlanta Hawks. Again, one of the teams ahead of them right now in the Eastern Conference play-in. Just energy, effort. You see the athleticism there. Almost had the offensive rebound. And Edwards playing with 4 personal fouls, so our rookie's got to be a little bit careful. Looked like he was fouled there. Camera operators there on that's coming off his first career double-double on Wednesday. He had 19 points, a career-high 10 rebounds, and a career-high 5 steals in that loss to the Wizards. Only Charles Barkley and Nerlens Noel, as rookies, were able to do that. As Philadelphia 76ers, Burks blocks. Here comes Quentin Grimes. That's some rare company. Think about all the great Sixers rookies we've had over the years. And a bucket on the other.
Patience with the dribble there, getting to a spot on the floor and then letting it fly.
Speaking of letting it fly.
His ability, confidence growing with Tyler.
Now he's been 8 for 10 from 3, just scorching hot from distance the last 2 games. He's 3 for 5 here tonight. Edwards. Alec Burks for 3. Both of those right there. 17 assists on 26 made field goals.
It's hard to hide.
Independence Blue Cross play of the game. Thank you and congratulations to Jake. (72-64). Herro and the Heat looking to improve to 3-0 against the Sixers on the season. See these guys one more time April 7th. Down in South Beach, and Grimes got knocked by Larsson, I believe. Tip drill underneath, then Bona comes away with it. Yeah, Grimes still trying to shake off that contact to the face.
Pelle couldn't score off the window.
See you there. Ware, an impressive block. Butler was asking for the goaltend, doesn't get it. Does get the ball though in the corner. One of the many bright spots for the Sixers this season, playing a lot more than he was expected to at this level, and making the most of his opportunity.
2-3 zone from the Sixers now.
Smith, short, rebound Grimes. Bagley, Butler, Bona, Council out there alongside Quentin. First half of a back-to-back. Raptors are here in South Philly tomorrow night. Butler already with 7 assists for the Sixers. And a push shot from the points and counting for Jared.
Back into play, so he let that little teardrop fly.
7-0 Sixers run. Cook to
This one just a previous trip down, but he doesn't seem to be deterred by previous misses at all.
Butler and Bona. That was a really difficult attempt. Adem did everything he could. Grimes Baseline, no. Rebound, Bona.
So the referee he took his whistle and put it in his mouth. I thought he was going to blow a technical on Adem.
Burks, the catch and shoot from the corner.
Alec Burks.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? The RAV 4 minutes to play is brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your 2025 RAV4 Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places. Butler at it again. Grimes, the pull-up. Looking for a third consecutive corner for a once again.
Burks has got 14 points, one of 4 Miami Heat players in double figures.
Ricky Council, a lot of contact, no whistle. Bona the rebounds.
Not sure how the foul doesn't get called on that Ricky drive.
There was a lot of contact, wasn't there? Wasn't it just me?
Lost his balance, obviously, because of contact.
Lead at 10.
Oh, tough.
Adebayo.
Catch it and kind of swing it up towards the basket. Did it in one smooth motion.
Marks,
when they get kicked in the shins and they fall like they're about to die, and then 2 minutes later they're up running around.
Great block and another one. Third appearance with the Sixers. Good pump fake at D. Impressive. 10 points, making 11 points now. 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a career high 4 steals to go along with his 2 blocks. Pelle Larsson again, just 3rd career start, stepping into the starting lineup for Andrew Wiggins tonight. Grimes off the Abu screen. Walker gets downhill, floats it up, and gets the back.
Shot. Does pretty good defense from Larsson. Moved his feet and stayed in front of him and challenged that shot. Lonnie just made the tough shot. Soft touch off the rim.
7 and counting for Lonnie in his 13 minutes. Nick Nurse said probably around a 20-minute restriction for Lonnie tonight.
Making sure that angle was where the pass was at an angle where only Adebayo can get it. He caught it and turned. No defense behind him.
6 members of the Miami Heat in double figures now. Burks the rebounds. Adebayo's got 13. Burks has 17. Larsson 11. Hero leading all scorers with 22. Nice ball movement here by Miami. Burks sidestep 3 is off, and a good rebound by Ricky Council. So what his coaches have challenged him to do. Want Ricky and Quentin to rebound as much as they can. Sixers need the help. No Joel, no Andre Drummond. As we approach the minute mark to go in this 3rd quarter. Just like they did in the 2nd, the Sixers pulled within a couple of possessions as Adebayo.
Last time they were in this building, Adebayo started off the first half slow, but by the end, he was really, really strong and produced for this team to help him win. Kind of following that same path here.
He's got 9 in this 3rd quarter on it.
Yeah, letting the game come to him.
9 of his 16 in the 3rd. Mitchell with a step. Good because they combined for 21 of Miami's 34 points in that 3rd quarter. Burks had 12 of his 20 in the frame. Start of the 4th. This is Hood-Schifino. Lonnie Walker from the wing. That is short. Yabusele. Philip Wheeler in for the first time tonight for the Sixers, and Justin Edwards. Those are the 5 Sixers on the floor at the moment. Heat looking for a 4th consecutive win. Kyle Anderson.
Kind of lost Kyle. Kyle, one of his many claims to fame is he is the last graduate of the famed St. Anthony School, St. Anthony High School in Jersey City, the now defunct multi-state champion.
Hood-Schifino.
Battling back from an illness.
Yeah, didn't see him because of that illness on Wednesday. Good to see him back in the lineup for the Sixers tonight. 8 guys unavailable for the Sixers as far as injuries are concerned. As he
You can see the confidence.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tyler Hero has never lacked for confidence.
No.
Even before he was named an All-Star this season.
Brimming with it now.
Even as a rookie, he was showing off that confidence. Here's Wheeler. Speaking of Jersey guys, the crossover, and then has it knocked a worldwide too small hand signal. This is Davion Mitchell around and out. Edwards the rebound. Here's Wheeler. Made his NBA debut on Wednesday. That one off front iron. Played for a number of G League squads. Most recently with the Maine Celtics this season was number 36 in white here. Knocks it away from Hero. Tyler gets it back. Faces up, fires, and Yabu will clear. 177 Miami. Really pulled away in that third quarter. Off the heel, down to Highsmith. And Miami fighting to move up when it comes to the play-in in the Eastern Conference. Yabu might have gotten away with
Your mother.
no foul, just out of bounds to the Miami Heat. Hero to Anderson. And Kyle Anderson puts it 5 of now. As we've seen tonight, he has been productive when he's out there for Miami.
Left St. Anthony and went to UCLA to go to college, did Kyle.
Spent a couple of seasons in Westwood, but Schifino can't connect. It's wild to think it's already his 11th NBA season for Anderson. Here he is on cue. Off the heel on that three-point attempt.
And he'll be the last one to come out of that fabled high school, too. The high school that produced so many pros.
Yeah. .8:20 to go here tonight. Edwards. They can get going here in this fourth quarter. Lead 22 right now for the Heat. Hero with 20.
Getting it from a good shot to a great shot. Hero wide open.
238 made threes this season and counting, Olive. Behind only Duncan Robinson when it comes to most in a single season. Or a member of the Miami Heat. Walker all night.
Wide open look. Lonnie with a lot of time sized that up.
Mitchell has 6 off the bench for Spoelstra and the Heat tonight. Again, Hero with 27. Had 30 when the Heat beat the Sixers here in South Philly back in early February. Gonna match that tonight. Step back with a shot on cue. 30 and counting for Tyler Hero.
Got to bounce to his step as he struts back on defense.
Wheeler can't finish, gets his own rebound though. And can't finish that one either. Hero looking for more. Again, had 36 in the win over Atlanta on Thursday. Good defense by Yabusele. Edwards, the reset wing triple. And off front iron. Starting to see a lot of Sixer shots fall short. This is where you start to wonder if they're maybe a little bit tired.
Got to play them.
Kyle Anderson. Heat looking to extend their 25-point lead. That guy might have got.
Well, and as long as he's out there, if you think he's going to let up or take his foot off the gas, you're kidding yourself. He's out there to score. That's what that dude does. He doesn't know how to let up. He's going to get his 30.
Yeah. Didn't matter if it was before the commercial break, if it was after, and he's looking to add on to it.
Look at this.
Fading away. That was a heat check for Hero right there.
Yeah, that's just a bad shot, but it goes to show you how confident he's feeling right now.
And as we've mentioned a couple of times, understandably, the offense now goes through Tyler with Jimmy Butler having a
7 of 11 from the field is Jared. Great shooting numbers.
And then it's tied his season high from beyond the arc. As Mitchell tried to float it up and over.
Had to have tapped that. He didn't, though.
See, more kids like that in the front row, paying attention versus people spilling drinks in the front row, right?
I don't think they're old enough to drink.
I think you might have a point there. Justin Edwards.
Where since he's come here to Philadelphia, he has really thrived knocking down shots.
Yeah, 8th straight game for Justin in double figures. Only Steph Castle from the Spurs, Alex Sarr for the Wizards, who we saw, and Jared McCain of your Sixers have done that as rookies. This is to pick up his player option for next season.
4 of 4 from long range, 2 to go along with his 8 assists.
And if not the Sixers, for somebody else, Adem!
I'm connecting with Adem.
And just like that, a little 8-0 Sixers run. This is what we've seen them do last couple of weeks, Ollie. Even when they fall behind by 20 plus. 5 RAV4 Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places. He's looking to go further up in the Eastern Conference play-in standings. Would love to try to get at least one home game. Bona blocks it right back to his fellow.
As the buzzer sounded.
Ooh. Butler might have gotten away with something right there. Deflected by Mitchell into the hands of Ware.
Those one-handed passes are really tough because you can't pull them back once you see the defense adjust. That one led to a turnover by Jared.
16 turnovers for the Sixers tonight. Mitchell, 110-91. Miami in front. Ricky Council working his way in for the shot. Couldn't get it to go. Hero leading all scores with 30. 5 of 9 from 3. Using the Ware screen. Gets it back to the rookie. And Kalel.
Just a simple pick and roll. Finding the roll guy on his way to the cup.
12 double-doubles for the rookie Ware.
Textbook.
17 tonight for J.E. to go along with his 3 rebounds, 3 assists. As we approach the 2-minute mark here tonight. Kyle Anderson out to Ware. Highsmith for 3. Harry Sell, our audio folks, Mike Moran, Joe Kennedy, Steve Slappy Summers. Our folks on video, Mike and Kathy Pop. On the duet, Gina Cezak. Trey Henry is our, again, associate producer, as Council has it taken away. And a few new members of the Miami Heat have checked in. Josh Christopher is number 8. Isaiah Stevens, number 4. Keisha Johnson is number 16, and Jaime Jaquez out there as well. And that 3-pointer off the mark. Dembona with the rebounds. Statistician who's here with us as often as he can be, Jerry Monzo. Great to have you back, Jerry. Running the score bug, which is that thing we usually have in the bottom right-hand corner. We're post-game live, presented by Kira Auto Insurance. Be sure to stay with us. Amy and the coach will be breaking this one down. That's where the score bug goes. But Jeremy Wessler is on the bug tonight. And our camera operators, these guys put up with us a lot, as Edward, Andy Rabel, Greg Farnese, Kenny Adelberger, Matt Wall, Rich Cottrell, Dean Kaminsky. I knew I was going to mess up Sean's last name, but I tried to power through.
He knows you mean well.
On EBS, Jeff Steinhauer, Ryan Hoover, Steve Romanowski, Alex Ramirez, and then our utilities, Jimmy, ones who are stuck.
No argument here.
Literally sitting next to us every game.
It's like no argument here.
Jerry, our statistician, sits to my left, and then Steve sits to Allah's right. He's handing Allah the cards that I read, the promotions throughout the game. And then we can't forget Jim, our security guard, who doesn't have a headset.
Mr. Hogan over there.
He keeps the crazed fans away from us when we're trying to broadcast. We always give pregame bring on the good stuff. Ricky, here's proud grandfather.
Now he's quiet. He's never quiet during the game, but now that he's on camera, he's quiet.
Crew, couldn't do this without you. And this one goes final here in South Philly.